I am pulling little outer leaves off of these Brussels sprouts, and I'm going to get ready to take off the little nasty end there. But they've all been washed, and I took off the ends. And now I'm going to do something that I'm sure your mom never did with your Brussels sprouts once I take off the ends. And I'll tell you, when I was a little kid, I used to have to sit at the dinner table for hours trying to choke these things down. My mom made them. No offense, Mom, love you, but they were nasty. They were cooked until they turned into absolute mush. Not even my dog would eat them. And so we would do all kinds of stuff as a kid and try to, you know, honestly try to get out of eating them. But it just never happened. You know, I should be having these at the same time. And you could even take them down and quarter them like so. And if the leaves fall off them, don't worry about it. But these are little tiny heads of cabbage is essentially what they are. And they have a wonderful, delicious flavor if you cook them right. And one of the ways that I love to cook them a lot is I'll even steam them and saute them in some butter, add a little nutmeg, and that's been a regular thing on our Thanksgiving table. And I get requests for that all the time. And my kids love them. Oh gosh, you're gonna make these. They especially like it when you can buy the Brussels sprouts on the stalk. And those are delicious, those are wonderful. And they have, you know, this is a cruciferous vegetable, lots of sulfur and lots of nutrition per bite, lots of fiber, all kinds of good stuff. So we're just gonna get rid of those nasty little ends. Do you like my garbage bowl? Sorry, Rachel Ray, I missed the segment that you did on the garbage bowl. So anyway, we're just skipping that and we're going right for the gusto here. We're getting all these little guys cut up so that we can saute them. And yeah, guess what we're gonna saute them in? Butter, onion, and bacon. Seriously. That's what, oh, I almost threw that on the floor. That's what I'm talking about. Now, you can steam them to start like I was talking about. That's a fun thing to do. Go ahead and steam them to start and get them started. Or you can just go ahead and saute them, add a little bit of liquid, put the lid on them and get them done. Now the reason that I'm quartering them is because I'm going to saute them all the way. That way you have less surface and less to cook. And because the volume's obviously a lot smaller. So, all right, we're almost there. We've got a few more to do. But you can see they're very compact little guys. And again, we're losing lots of skins along the way, but I don't care. If you'll notice, I am doing everything very protective to cut in the middle between my fingers. I was taught to do this by a chef. Or you could go like this and do the claw method, but I find that kind of tedious with these little guys. I think the cutting method here is a lot better. And again, if you'll notice, I'm using a big knife. I always use a big knife. The paring knife is for paring. And if you'll notice, I'm not paring anything, I'm cutting. So if you want good control, use these. This is a Santoku knife. I love these because the little dimples on either side make the food fall away. And also it has, if you'll notice, an ever so slight arc to it. So it helps you to rock and really get your food on. So there you go. So look, that didn't take very long, did it? We've got all this. This is this wonderful, lovely, lovely little cabbages, Brussels sprouts. Okay, so now we're going to take it over here. We also have an onion that we need to chop. Look, an onion. We're going to do red onion, bacon, olive oil, just a little salt and pepper, and saute the heck out of it. And it is absolutely, I promise you, it's going to be delicious. Okay, so let's get started on that. And we need right there. So we got a pan. We've got olive oil. And again, we're going to let that get nice and hot. And then I have this bacon. I made the bacon, right? I've got this leftover bacon, and I'm just going to use it with my shears and snip it right in. Bacon, onion, olive oil, Brussels sprouts, great combo. So let that get nice and hot. And I'm going to put my Brussels sprouts back here into my bowl. So it's ready to go, and get my onion ready. So just pull the rest of my onion out. There we go. And then this is not exact, and you're not trying to win a beauty contest here. You just need to get the onion chopped, for heaven's sakes. And I just take what I've got and just go for it. And the more you can do it one time, the better off you are. And just turn it and keep going. Like I said, it doesn't have to be that chopped. It just needs to be chopped. And you don't want gigantic chunks in there, but it also doesn't have to be extra fine. And having, you know, some smaller and some bigger than others is not the end of the world. If you got, you know, if you've got to be a perfectionist about your cooking, then, you know, go to culinary school. So here we go. We've got oil is nice and loose. We're going to add the onion right there. And we're going to add the Brussels sprouts all at one time. Look at that. And the goal here right now is just to get this all turned over and to retrieve what you lose. And we're going to bring that down to about a medium. And you can smell this. This smells wonderful. Lots of salt and pepper. Well, not too much, but you know. And again, I'm a stickler about pepper. You know, it has essential oils in it, and so if you're using pepper that is just coming out of a can, it's got rancid oils in it, so you want fresh. And then this is sea salt, and I'm grinding that fresh as well. All right, look. Look at the color. Isn't that gorgeous? You remember that bacon? Check it out. Here it goes. And again, now this is only 2 strips of bacon, and I'm slicing it extremely thin with my shears. The deal on this is flavor. This is not like a main ingredient. We're going for the flavor here, because it's just going to rocket those Brussels sprouts into another stratosphere. And I'm doing 2 at a time, which is great. There you go. And now we have another dimension, and you can smell that smokiness building into the Brussels sprouts. And basically, these are almost done. They need a little more cooking time. So this is what I do. You can keep cooking it as long as you keep moving it around, or it can get too brown, or pull it off the heat, put a lid on it, and let it sit for 5 minutes, and it'll be perfectly tender and absolutely ready to go. So while you're getting your table set and while you're doing everything else, you've sauteed up your Brussels sprouts. Just let them sit there, throw a lid on the top, and you will have perfectly delightful Brussels sprouts when you're ready to eat dinner. There you go.